Hari Om everyone. Welcome to another session of stories from Bhagavatam. So, as we all know, this is Navaratri time and all of us are celebrating Navaratri. Few of us celebrate Navaratri by having a display of dolls at their home, while in the northern parts of India, they celebrate it in a different way by having a Devi idol or Vigraha uh, kept in a public place where everyone offers their prayers and worship in a community way. All of them come together and celebrate. While in some parts of India, like Gujarat and all, they have something called as Garbha. So they are also doing celebrations by dancing around a Kalasha. So what is Navaratri now? Navaratri is a festival that is celebrated for 9 nights and hence it is called as Navaratri or 9 nights. In this duration, different forms of Devi or Shakti are worshipped. The first 3 days are dedicated to goddess Durga, and goddess Durga is the goddess of power and energy. The next 3 days are dedicated to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. And the last 3 days are dedicated to goddess Saraswati, who is worshipped to acquire knowledge. Knowledge, every kind of knowledge is given by or granted by Saraswati. So, spiritual knowledge is also given to us by Ma Saraswati. So, the festival comes to an end on the 10th day, known as Vijayadashami or Dashara. Okay, we all must be knowing this. Now, the 9 days of Navaratri signify the three basic qualities that make up the universe, or the gunas, 3 gunas that govern all the life. The first 3 days are attributed to Tamoguna. The next 3 days are associated with Rajoguna, and the last 3 days are associated with Sattvaguna. Now, these primeval gunas are feminine forces of our universe, and by worshipping the divine Mother Devi during this period, what we are doing? We are harmonizing the 3 gunas and we elevate the sattva in our surroundings and also within us. Now, what happens when we elevate sattva or we elevate the sattva in our surroundings? When sattva dominates, we are clear, we are focused, peaceful, and energetic. Whenever sattva dominates in life, victory follows, and that is Vijayadashami. So, this is the spiritual significance between Navaratri. Okay. So, now let us listen to the story of Lord Rishabhadeva from Shubhaji.
Hari Om everyone. Let's listen into the story of Lord Rishabhadeva. Lord Rishabhadeva was the son of King Nabi and Meru Devi and grandson of King Agnidra. Okay, who is this Agnidra? We saw last week. Agnidra was the son of King Priyavrata. Okay, so Rishabha means best one. Okay, whatever great people do, common man follow. We have all heard this. So that's how Rishabhadeva lived, as an example of how one should live in this age. So Rishabhadeva was named because his qualities were the best. His poise, influence, strength, enthusiasm, body, and other divine qualities were beyond compare. His influence was incomparable. Once Lord Indra, who is in charge of rain, did not give rain, but Rishabhadeva, using his powers, showered the rain on his land. Such were his powers. He was Lord Vishnu himself. Austerities done by Nabi and Meru Devi were so immense that Lord blessed them and was born as their child. King Nabi was feeling so fortunate that the Lord himself was born as their son. After seeing all the qualities and power of his son, he entrusted the responsibility of his kingdom to Rishabhadeva and retired to live a spiritual life in Badrikashram. Rishabhadeva took his responsibility as a king and learned all the vidyas from his guru. He followed the orders of his guru and married Jayanti, who was given to him by Indra himself. They both had 100 children, and the eldest of them was Bharata, the great king who ruled this Punya Bhumi for so many years, and from whom we got our country's name, Bharatavarsha. Let's look at how Rishabhadeva ruled his kingdom. Okay, being the incarnation of Lord himself, his rule was very just. Although he had wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, and fame, he was not at all attached to material enjoyment. He was very self-controlled and therefore liked by everyone. He was also called Yogeshwara because he was spiritually very powerful. He led by example how to lead life of brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. He performed all the rituals according to the Vedic literature. During his rule, people were so satisfied and content in everything that there was no chance of anyone asking for anything more. Therefore, every citizen was happy in his role and greatly devoted to Lord Vishnu. Once when he was touring the world, he reached a place named Brahmavarta. And here there was a conference of great learned people. He instructed his sons. He had 100 sons, right? He instructed his sons who were already well learned in all scriptures to listen to these scholars and rule the kingdom very wisely. He told his sons to not get attracted to material things or sense gratification, but be in the divine devotion of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He wanted them to rule the kingdom in the right way. He told his sons to accept his elder brother Bharata as their guide and king and help him rule the kingdom. Rishabhadeva tells about the importance of human life and how to live in the service and devotion of the Lord himself. After handing over the kingdom to his son and crowning Bharata the king, Lord Rishabhadeva retired from his life and lived a life of an ascetic. He traveled through cities, villages, valleys, gardens, forests, hermitage, etc. Wherever he went, bad elements surrounded him, and he was always threatened, beaten, and humiliated by people by throwing stones and other objects. But he did not care, since he no longer identified himself with a body. He was in his spiritual glory that these things did not bother him at all. He never got angry at anyone, nor was he disturbed by all these people. Okay? After he stopped identifying with his body, he could feel no pain, disgust, and nothing bothered him. One day, when he was wandering in the forest, a wildfire broke out. In this fire, Lord Rishabhadeva's body was burnt to ashes. His soul is not burnt, but only his body. Because of his presence in the forest, even the animals also got liberated. Such was the greatness of Lord Rishabhadeva. So let's also live a life of purpose in the service of Lord Vishnu. Okay? And he is also one of the 24 avatars of Vishnu as per the Bhagavata Purana. Hari Om.